guys, before this video begins, I just want to let you know that some of the audio was cut out. I don't know why. I was trying to fix it, but I couldn't. But basically, I am making this video with my friend Dylan instead of Josh, aka the Jogun. Speaking of which, his channel is linked in the description below, and you guys should definitely go subscribe to him. Anyway, on with the video. And I mainly brought him on here just so that way I have an excuse to talk about some My Hero Academia stuff. So, Dylan, if you don't mind me asking, what do you think was something that brought you into basically watching anime?
I like more cartoony stuff. More like action cartoony things.
Mm-hmm.
So
Alright.
that's pretty much why.
Alright, and something I like to do on this show is I like to ask my guest some trivia questions about their favorite anime. And your favorite anime currently is My Hero Academia?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so first I'm going to ask you 5 questions, then we're just going to talk about some random stuff about My Hero Academia, and then I'm going to ask you 5 more questions. Is that cool? Alright, so first question. Who is the main character? Ida, Bakugo, Midoriya, or Uraraka?
Or the things again?
Who is the main character of My Hero Academia? Ida, Bakugo, Izuku Midoriya, or Uraraka?
Midoriya.
Let's see if he's right. He is. How did the main character get their powers? They ate hair. They trained really hard. They had a drink of 5-hour energy, or they took tons of steroids.
I think it's they worked really hard.
Nope, they ate hair. Cause remember, huh?
Like all of them, like Bakugo and all of them.
No, Midoriya ate All Might's hair. Remember?
Oh, you were talking about Midoriya?
Yeah, because I said, how did the main character get their quirk? How did the main character get their power?
Oh, main character. Oh yeah.
You fucking idiot. Who is the class president of Class 1A? Ida, Bakugo, Todoroki, or Midoriya?
I think it was Ida?
Yep.
To remind me of everything.
Who is Weird Alien Girl? Izuku Midoriya, Mina Ashido, Uraraka, or Bakugo? And if you're wondering who this question is talking about, I'll give you a hint. They're talking about this girl who is pink and her quirk is acid.
Oh, she's pink? She's like an alien?
Yeah. So what's her name? Or do you need me to repeat the question?
I think it's Mina.
Yep. Alright. Those are our first 5 questions. Then now we're just going to basically talk about some My Hero Academia stuff. So if you want to, you can start the conversation. What is something you really like about My Hero Academia?
I like about the how Deku had to go through everything, and like how he worked real hard to be able to become better.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like about it, is that All Might saw that even though he doesn't have a quirk, he's brave enough to basically earn a quirk and stuff or something like that. Like when Bakugo was being almost devoured by that one slime creature. Like, even though Deku, like, had no powers whatsoever, he ran into that fight without any hesitation and tried to save his friend. And I also like that it's serious, but it's like not so serious enough to where like to the point that it's practically made for kids. Like there's some anime like my Attack on Titan or Tokyo Ghoul that is just not at all made for kids. But My Hero Academia is one of those animes that is just perfect enough for kids.
Mostly it'd be like people that are like either 11 or 10 older.
Maybe even 9.
Don't allow them to watch anything.
Yeah. And I gotta be honest, I hate the My Hero Academia. Well, not the entire My Hero Academia community, like the shippers. You know what I mean?
Oh, the people that ship like Deku and Bakugo together.
Yeah, Bakugo with Todoroki with Bakugo. I mean, with Midoriya, and sometimes it's even a three-way between them. Like they not only ship these characters, but like they actively threaten the creator of My Hero Academia for him to put those ships into canon and stuff like that. They will send death threats to the creator if they don't put that ship in there. And that's just weird because the creator has even stated that all these kids are straight. And there's also the community that hates Mineta. Like, something like about Mineta.
Isn't Mineta the one that runs fast and has like those thrusters in his calf?
That's Ida.
Oh,
yeah. Ida has an engine quirk. Mineta has that pop off quirk where he has those balls on his hair or on his head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's like a small community of girls in the My Hero Academia community that just hate Mineta because he's a perv. And yes, he's a perv, but something you gotta realize is that every boy at his age that is just going through puberty has done almost exactly what he has done. You get what I'm saying? Because, like, I mean, I wasn't as bad as him, but I was definitely thinking about some girls in their underwear. Every boy has done that. But, yeah, and those same girls that trash on Mineta just fucking love Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter. And he's a fucking pedophile. He's a fucking pedophile.
The thing about it is that everybody would say, like, Deku cries a lot, right?
He does. I mean, he does.
Yeah, he does, but, like, I think the guy with the purple balls on his head, I think he's mostly a crybaby. Because that one time when they were all at that museum place, and Deku and that frog girl.
Froppy.
Yeah, Froppy.
Froppy. Froppy.
You know, I'm just gonna shut up.
You're fine, man.
So they were like both into action, but the person with the purple balls on his head, he was like freaking out too much, which I think he's more of a crybaby than Deku is.
I mean, Mineta doesn't really cry. Like he is. Like he really does try to see these girls in their underwear and shit like that. But I mean, yeah, he cries whenever like he gets caught or something like that. But that's just like crying of disappointment. That's not crying just to be a fucking crybaby. Like Deku. Deku cries like when somebody fucking yells at him. Like Deku, I don't know what I'm really thinking about, but Deku fucking yelled at um at him. I forgot for what reason, and then Deku is all like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry," and fucking crying because, and All Might's just like, "Oh, young Midoriya, I believe in you," and yeah, and then he's just all like, "Thank you, All Might, thank you." Like, yeah, Deku is a fucking crybaby.
Can I agree with that?
Yeah. I mean, and there are a lot of like Deku is not the only crybaby in anime. Like there's, I mean, actually I can't think of any anime characters I could really consider. Well, Eren from Attack on Titan's kind of a crybaby because there was this one time where one of his friends was about to eat him because in case you don't know about Attack on Titan, some people have this special ability. Like all the people that are like in these walls have the ability to turn into Titans, but only a few have the ability to turn into special Titans, like the Armor Titan, the Colossal Titan, and the Attack Titan. And one of Eren's friends had to eat him to get his powers or whatever. And then as soon as his friend was just like, "Ew, no, I'm not gonna do that," Eren's all like, "Please eat me, you be with your father and shit," and he was crying and shit about it. And I mean, yeah, he doesn't cry all the time, but there are times where he cries the entire episode. And I know, huh? I'm sorry.
I mostly start crying if someone was trying to eat me.
I'd be like, "Fucking do it! I ain't afraid of death. Just make sure you make it quick." And what episode of My Hero Academia did you say you're on again? Like episode 23? That's what episode of My Hero Academia you're on? Can you hear me?
Sorry.
It's fine. You said you're on episode 23 of My Hero Academia? Alright. I forget which... What are they doing in that episode? Are they at like that camp or whatever?
I'm not sure. I didn't get to fully watch it because my membership, they got rid of it.
Okay. Cause... Like, do you remember roughly what the episode was about?
No, not what I remember.
Okay. Like, what are some main parts that you really remember from My Hero Academia?
This one part, I remember this one part that Midoriya, he was screaming on top of his lungs because he pushed and got rid of all the trash at the ocean. That's the only thing.
That was like the first episode.
I know. That's pretty much.
Did you see I don't know if I'm going to spoil anything for you, but do you know if you saw the episode where All Might was pretty much forced into retirement?
No.
You know, speaking of All Might being forced into retirement, that was pretty much
I know he's gonna be retiring because he can't stand his work anymore because
he gave it to Deku. Yeah, speaking of that episode where All Might was forced into retirement, you know who Endeavor is and how he is trying to be the number one hero?
Who?
Endeavor. Todoroki's dad. He
Oh,
He has that fire quirk.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because of All Might being forced into retirement, Endeavor finally got his spot at the number one hero, and he's really not happy about being the number one hero because, because it was just given to him. He didn't earn it or anything, and he was trying to earn to be the number one hero, and it was just given to him. And I think because he was given the spot of number one hero, he is trying to earn it himself, even though he doesn't have to. And I think there's a lot of change. I can see a lot of change in Endeavor because of that. Because like he is a terrible father. But here's the thing. He put his wife into a mental hospital because she's just splashed a whole bunch of boiling hot water on her son's face because of his hair. His hair reminded her of his father. And so she was just like, fuck you, you little shit. I'm gonna splash some hot boiling water on your face. Like, what kind of father wouldn't put her into a mental hospital? That is your kid. That. I don't care if one side of his face reminds you of his father. That is your kid. You have a choice to make him not become his father. And because of that, you could have just made him into something worse than his father. So, no, Endeavor is not a bad person for doing that. He's looking out for his kids. Sure, he doesn't give a rat's ass about them most of the time, but at least he did something to show that he's somewhat cared. What's your opinion on that?
If I had some of that. Well, that's great that she went to a mental hospital, because wouldn't it hurt badly that he's part of fire, but the other half is.
I mean, he's still human. Ice. Yeah, he's still human. I mean, he's just a human with a special ability. Unless he had a hardening quirk, then yeah, that would have hurt him. And even though, I'm gonna spoil some more things for you. Even though Endeavor put his wife into a mental hospital, he has sent her flowers. Not just any flowers, but her favorite flowers. And she never told him what her favorite flowers were. But he's been with her enough to almost know what her favorite flowers were. And he's been sending her these flowers for months while she's been in that hospital. So, yeah, you can say he doesn't care, but deep down, you know he does.
I'm pretty sure she doesn't want another incident where she does something worse to one of her children.
Well, I mean, they have 3 kids. Two of them. Well, actually, they technically have 4. Because I don't know if you met Dobby yet, but in the manga, it's been revealed that Dobby is Endeavor's 4th kid. But yeah, 2 of their kids have that ice ability. Todoroki is the only one with that ability in his family, and Dobby just has some other kind of fire quirk. And season 5 of My Hero Academia is coming out, I believe, August 15th. And I actually have a pretty good theory on what exactly is going to happen to All Might. But that's too long. Like, that whole conversation that I'm thinking about is way too fucking long. And, you okay? Alright. But yeah, my whole theory on season 5 is kind of way too long. So, and this video is almost over. So, all I'm going to say is that I'm going to talk about my theory on season 5 next week. And I'm going to ask you 5 more questions. And then we're going to call it a day and see each other next week. Who was the number 1 hero, I should say? The number 1 hero.
What do you mean, like the best hero of?
Like in the hero stats, like number 1 hero, number 2 hero, number 3 hero.
All Might?
Yes. At first, why did Deku scrub? What kind of question is that? I'm just gonna avoid that question. Alright. How many students are in class 1A? 18, 19, 21, or 20? Only counting kids. Do you need me to show you the answers again? Dylan? Something's wrong with your mic.
What?
Alright. How many students are in class 1A? 18, 19, 21, or 20?
Oh, I never pay attention to this.
Just think of a random answer.
18, I guess? I was wrong.
Close enough, it's 19.
Oh, I was wrong.
You're probably not gonna know this answer, but I'm probably just gonna ask you anyway. Who is the rubber-like villain that All Might fought at the training camp? Nezu, Nomu, Shigaraki, or Kiro Girl?
What are the answers again?
Nezu, Nomu, Tomura Shigaraki, or Kiro Girl? Nemu? You mean Nomu?
Yeah. Yeah, Nomu. I think it's him.
It is not giving me the answer, but I'm pretty sure it is either Nomu. No, wait, no. Nomu is like a giant monster that Tomura Shigaraki made, so it's either Nezu or Kiro. And I think Kiro Girl had like a magnetism quirk, so it was Nezu.
Oh, it's Nezu.
You are probably...
You said rubber-like, so I thought it would be that big guy that can, like, it's like Silic, where he can just regen his, corpse back. Like, if he loses his arm, he can just regain it back.
Well, no, Overhaul doesn't have... Overhaul has the ability to take things apart and put them back, so I don't know if you're talking about Overhaul, but I've never seen... Wait a minute, he has the ability to wait a minute, what did you say?
So, it's like rubberish, his arms...
Nomu doesn't have a quirk. Nomu doesn't have a quirk, he's pretty much just a giant monster.
Then how did I see his arms grow back? So a part where his arms were growing back.
I mean, yeah, if whoever made him gave him that ability, I'm sure he could do that. I don't know who you're talking about. What is Midoriya's mom's name? What is her name? Inko, All Might, Nezu, or Bakugo?
What are the answers again?
Inko, All Might, Nezu, or Bakugo?
Is it Inko?
Yes. Alright, last question. And then we're done. Who is the principal at UA? Inku, Nezu, number 13, or All Might?
The principal?
Yeah.
I think it's number 13.
Nope.
What's that mole rat thing on?
Number 13 has the ability to make black holes, and yeah.
It's not 13. What are the answers again?
But you already answered. You already answered number 13, but no, it was Nezu.
Bruh. I thought Nezu was the mom.
Hmm?
Oh, that's Nezu. Oh.
Inko was the mom.
They're so dumb.
Huh?
They sound the same to me. I don't
Oh.
know why.